We get a Gurya! Oh man, that's gonna make it really tempting to not rest. Limit Break Gurya. There's our... oh my. Oh yeah. We don't need to go infinite when we have this. Chicken Man Phil's been having some fun DMing for friends in presumably D&D. Tabletop experiences of all kind, you know, with a good friends group, I think are one of the coolest ways to spend time. Only 2 elites? Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing this act. Speaking of, Gauss says they had their first in-person game night last week and it was awesome. Board game nights used to be one of my favorite things to do each week. We'd always go to a board game night on like Thursday nights or something and game basically from 6 p.m. till 4 a.m. with other folks. It's where I first learned how to play Agricola, Terra Mystica, Dominion, and quite a few others. Y'all are some serious board game nerds. And Jawworm is some serious aggro today. Bonk. Betrayal at House on the Hill, that's a great go-to. It does get a little tired maybe after your 30th or 40th game of it, I found, but boy is it an excellent game for the first dozen or so times you play, especially. The first time you play each given scenario, really. Baby Tech, thank you so much for the 20 months! The time went, but there's still so much more of it. Shout out to Lords of Waterdeep, especially with the expansion pack. The Lords of Madness and Skullduggery, or whatever that one's called. I think of the worker placement games, Lords of Waterdeep ends up being amongst my favorite. One, because I'm a huge Forgotten Realms nerd, so I really, really love the setting. Scoundrels of Skullport, that's right. And Waterdeep specifically, I've had a lot of D&D time set in and around that area, so it's a cool place to revisit. That's where the Hordes of the Underdark expansion for Neverwinter Nights takes place. City of Waterdeep, or at least that's where you start. Baron Fell, thank you so much for the 18 months of the Prime sub. I really want this Perfected Strike, but is it ever reasonable to take it over an uppercut on floor 1? I don't think so. I think we'll be much better served by the uppercut. Current pathing that I intend is going to be to go through the Spicy Elite. We can only get 2 elites no matter what, so we might as well grab our green key here and put the elites more towards the back half of the act as we can. There's no way to avoid an early elite here, so the only safe-ish one is to get the upgrade first. That's what we're doing. Anubis, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the 4 months. This is 15 health. That would dramatically reduce our likelihood of dying in Act 1, but I think we're already out of that territory already. Is the digitized version of Gloomhaven still in early access, or has that released fully? Checked that out a really long time ago, actually on stream. Still early access, okay. Someday. What is with these Perfected Strike seeds? I continue to want to take them, but they continue to not do so. It's an interesting dilemma. I'll take a cleave, though. Good AoE. Yeah, we're getting a shot this act. Definitely want some bonus cash. A little bit of an oof here. We have to take at least 7. We can get a kill with Uppercut Strike, at least. on the front one. Oh, wait. Or just with uppercut, actually. I don't know why I didn't realize that was a kill. Fayley, thank you. Fayley, thank you so much for that gifted sub to Snakebird. So good to see you around, Snakebird, by the way. Got a Twin Strike. Headbutt plays really, really well with Runic Pyramid in general, since you have a lot more control over the discard pile. Headbutt basically means you get to play your best card again. And it's a good upfront 9 damage. Let's pick up a Headbutt here. And Daka, thank you so much for that Prime sub. Bird Crimes, welcome as well. Thank you so much for that Prime sub and the stream support. So, BB Tech asks, what's the biggest thing that a starting pyramid changes when it comes to card picks? And I would say that the biggest thing that changes is that you're immediately okay with cards that have to be drawn at the same time as other cards. So something like Rage or Flex on Ironclad. Cards that boost your stats temporarily, but then you have to play other cards to actually take advantage of them. Become so much more effective when you can retain. Something like Finisher or Flechettes on Silent. As well, anything that scales with the number of cards in hand is going to be immediately valuable. Fiendfire or Second Win on Ironclad, for example. Armament's another good example of a card that depends on having other cards in hand. And scales with number of cards in hand, if we're talking about the upgraded version. Almost want to upgrade Cleave because of the Fear Potion. The extra turn of Weaken on the uppercut's pretty good too. I think we won't have too much trouble against Sentries, so let's upgrade the uppercut. It is Sentries though, so I do admittedly wish that I'd upgraded the Cleave. To shreds, you say? We have no way to get a kill. And not a singular block card. That's tough. That's very tough. So I think that means we just uppercut, strike, and take 20 damage. The good news is we have Cleave on this turn, as well as a full block. We can kind of figure it out from here. Wait, again? I feel like this one was preventable. What I should have done was block for 5 less, so that I could play a strike here. Although, would that have been enough? Doesn't look like it. Okay, we'll take 10 more. $13 plus 13, yeah. Actually, wouldn't even have been enough with one more strike. Okay, that's fine. Do I need to rest? Yes, if I'm going to fight that Burning Elite. Gotta say, that's a pretty tough Sentries fight, but I'm not that worried overall for our position here. We get a Gurya! Oh man, that's gonna make it really tempting to not rest. Gurya allows us to gain strength at rest sites up to 3 times. Given that we're doing strong things, I actually do not dislike an Iron Wave as a block and a defense stapled together. Usually a card I shy away from. But if you've got strength, it can be good. If you've got any really relics that interact with it, it does get a little bit better. And it's also a good short-term card, which is something we need right now, just to make sure that we stay above board here. Dropkick's reasonable too, with 2 Vuln sources, and with a Runic Pyramid, and with a Gurya. That's actually a very good dropkick. Probably a better dropkick than the Iron Wave is. Okay, I'm convinced. We just lose a bit of max HP to get the Golden Idol. That does mean that we'll benefit less from resting. We could take a Curse instead, but I think that's foolish. Definitely do want to take the Golden Idol. It's only 6 max HP. It's reasonable. The Shovel. Okay, well, we're not doing Shovel and Gurya. That's not a thing. Can only do one of the two. And I think the Gurya is the consistently strong thing. It's also the thing we already have. Blue key, please. We would be digging our own graves if we took this relic. That's what I think. Oh, you know what's also really good is Dropkick with Headbutt. 1937. Another pretty reasonable Perfected Strike seat. Thunderclap is going to be very good with Gurya also, and pairs extremely well with this Dropkick. Some nice AoE. Now that we have a Blood Potion healing for 20% of our max HP, we get to lift at this fire instead of resting. That's great news. No, Die Chopper, there's not any relic in Spire that lets you do multiple things at a rest site, unfortunately. Pretty cool effect. Really like to see that. Let's drink this so we can pick up our new potion. Shrug looking pretty good. We'll need to upgrade it at some point, but for now it's just a reasonable block edition. And it'll later be able to remove cards from our hand that we don't want, exhausting statuses or just strike cards. Happy to add it. We get Sleepy Egg Lagavulin, who will sleep for up to 3 turns, allowing us to cycle through the cards a little bit. It's also a good fight for our colorless potion, actually. Do that now? Just retain the Dark Shackles. Actually, wait, Forethought. Put a card from your hand to the bottom of the draw pile, cost 0 until played. Actually, wait. Forethought. Discard. By Vuln, we can do that because they had 12 Metallicized. This is a plus Metallicized Lagavulin. Forethought's kind of cool because it counters our hand clog too. So we wake up on this turn for Shurzies. I want to headbutt Forethought? I think I do, genuinely. And we draw these. 0-cost Shrug, 0-cost Uppercut. Feels good. We'll play this next turn. Let's go Thunderclap, Cleave Grit. See you later, Strike. GG. Weird use of a colorless potion, but I dig it. Get the White Beast statue guaranteeing potions after every combat. Always happy to see this. Boomerang is a very good attack paired with the Gurya. We'd want to get it upgraded, though. One wonders if we should maybe wait for an upgraded attack, or if we're okay using that for now. I mean, it's really good in the short term. We actually don't have anything that scales particularly well with strength. It's a good headbutt target, too. Let's take it. Oh man, I thought that was a brimstone in the tool inside the toolbox for a second. I was really worried. I'd have to take it. Oh boy, okay. Very, very cool things for sale in this shop. Potion Belt plays extremely well with the White Beast statue, giving us 2 more potion slots to play with. Reaper with Gurya is going to be a lot of healing, especially paired with Thunderclap and Runic Pyramid. We can always line up a big heal off that Reaper. Fiendfire does damage based on the number of cards in hand, also extremely good with Runic Pyramid, extremely good with Gurya. But the Reaper is on sale, so that'll have a big advantage there. I'm thinking something along the lines of Reaper Potion Belt card removal. Also, completely worth noting, Barricade Entrench, by the way. That's a thing. What it's not, however, is I think that, especially with the headbutt, that could be a fun, very, very powerful way to scale through the whole game. However, our relics really encourage us to lean into our offensive potential, as we'll be boosted in any efforts to do that significantly. I also like Toolbox. It's just a card on turn 1, and Pyramid always likes having a card on turn 1. A lot of the colorless cards you can get are 0 cost and are better off if you retain them too, like Panic Button or Dark Shackles. Maybe it's even just buy 2 relics, ignore the Reaper. I think this Barricade Entrench is a big stinky trap, though. Go Reaper and... maybe I don't go Potion Belt. That does seem kind of insane. But I enjoy Toolbox more than I enjoy Potion Belt. Let's just use our potions every combat. I want to take this Toolbox. And I definitely want to remove a Strike card. So a bit of a flavor pick here, choosing Toolbox over the Belt. Curious to see what it does for us. That's pretty good. Apotheosis is definitely what I would call good here. Notably upgrading the True Grit for this fight. Dropkick, hello. Actually, drawing T-Claps. Let's get some damage down here. Hit about that True Grit so that I can destroy the burn when we draw it. Weaken for next turn, since it'll be attacking for quite a bit of damage. We're a little bit slow on our own damage here, interestingly. Two strength, not quite feeling like it's that much. Guess we're just gonna block the Inferno. Because I can't kill here. Try to Reaper next turn to get back some of this HP. This deck is not currently trying to go infinite. It's certainly a way we could end up going, though. And would be a good reason to pick up a second dropkick, now that we've got a True Grit. Limit Break Guria. There's our... Oh my. Oh yeah. We don't need to go infinite when we have this. This is much better than going infinite. Being strong. Double your strength means this will be at least 3 strength when we have our full lifts done, and we can upgrade it so that we can headbutt it and draw it again and gain very, very rapidly up to 12 strength, potentially on turn 1. And will be also a very good encouragement to pick up any other source of strength, notably Flex, or whatever Pandora's Box gives me. Quite an interesting trio of boss relics. No energy to be seen. Instead, we're offered Relic Cube, giving us draw whenever we lose health, Black Star for additional relics from elites, or Pandora's Box for who knows what. Wait, Dane is a Pogbox emote. Oh my god! Amazing. Alright, well, the emote says Pog. What's it gonna be? Haha! It was correct to not take the barricade the whole time. Apparently. We now have Barricade and Impervious. And a Disarm, and a Sentinel, and a Feel No Pain. Oh my, it feels good. That just seems like an upgrade. And the biggest concern now is how do we actually play all these cards? We don't have that much energy. What a great set of cards, though. I feel like we're exceedingly strong now. Should be able to bop elites. Well, on 3 energy, could be a tricky situation. Maybe. We certainly want to get to our last lift quickly. Shouldn't have too much problem killing combats with Reaper, Limit Break, such, so I think we're relatively incentivized to take combats here over events at the start of Act 2. I'm never going to be able to activate Panache. Take 1 draw. Sadistic Nature's kind of hilarious here. Sadistic would have been pretty good with that draw. Action Rizo, thank you so much for that full year of support. Much love. And Backslash Lewis, thank you so much for the 11 months, just 1 away from that full hecking year. Heck. Is this uppercut dropkick, or am I doing something else? I'm going uppercut dropkick. We really want to kill it next turn. I guess I could use Impervious, maybe. But I might not draw it. Case in point. I might not draw it. 21 plus 9. Not a kill. We do have a Gambler's Potion and a White Beast statue, so I should probably be using potions in each combat. Might remember to do that for the next one. For here, I'm just going to take the kill. We'll have lots of opportunities to heal. For example, a Blood Potion. Ooh, a 0 cost attack, says Anger, and I say yes please to anything that says 0 on it. Although not Clash. Discover me some block. Actually, disarm uppercut's pretty consistent here. Maybe I'll get to use that. Probably not with Barricade, though. Gonna make it pretty hard. We're up to full. Bloodletting over Berserk here, right? Berserk is actually kind of interesting way to get energy for this deck. Giving us 2 turns of vulnerable, but 1 more energy every turn thereafter. But Bloodletting is energy right now. 2 energy at the relatively low price of 3 HP. And I think that is fantastic. We're definitely able to put the energy to very good use. Ever since the buff to this card, this used to be only 1 energy for 3 HP, and then 2 on the upgrade. But since being upgraded to 2 and 3, Bloodletting is a very, very powerful energy-generating card. I'd say arguably even better than Turbo in some cases. And yes, we can sustain hit points pretty easily thanks to Reaper here. So I think this is a very good Bloodletting take. Bloodletting versus Offering, almost always prefer the Offering, but there can be some cool situations where Bloodletting is better. I've had infinites involving Bloodletting before. Or not quite an infinite, but moments where it's heckin' good. Sweet, we did get Impervious turn 1. And for example, I can now Bloodletting to let me uppercut in addition. Feels good. Really wants an Apotheosis. That's what I've learned from having Apotheosis that one time. Rampage is something we could feasibly play a couple of times. Don't think it's good enough to add here, though. Snick will confuse us, making our drawn cards random cost. It's not necessarily a good thing. But it might be. Signs point to no. Not currently a good thing. A barricade so that I don't upset myself by playing Impervious, basically. As technically there, I should have played the Thunderclap first over the Bash. Better. Ancient pot would have been helpful a little while ago. Armaments, there we go. That's not an apotheosis, but if we take armaments and upgrade armaments, we can make our life a lot easier here. Notably, the armaments will upgrade the bloodletting to make it generate more energy. Barricade will be cheaper. Quite a few other things will be good too. Second disarm's not bad, but this Arma is so good here. I think I should keep taking combats. We're appreciating the card rewards quite a bit. And we're appreciating the money quite a bit. What is with the elite spawns this run, by the way? We've had a maximum of 2 elites in both Act 1 and Act 2. Interesting. And I might only fight 1 here. That feels insane. Caw. That'd be violence, right? Pretty good turn 1. Hit Sentinel. Oh. I wanted to believe. Just play the bloodletting, make my life a lot easier here. There's the second dropkick. I think I will take it. It's genuinely quite good with everything we have. We'll upgrade the Arma next, but first, our strength. I guess if we go to the store, we also get an extra upgrade, so I'm going to deliberately only fight 1 elite this act. Yikes. That is a weird act overall. Not even any events, just combats. Okay. I'm down. Let's see. Drop kick, drop kick. Bonk. Focusing Centurion first as ever. So they're the more immediate pressing threat. And if the Mystic is killed first, the Centurion becomes very upset. Spot's pretty good. Especially for an elite. Another Sentinel is kind of an interesting potential addition. For a Shrug. I suppose a Shrug is fine. At the moment, we benefit from having fewer cards. Fewer cards we have, the quicker we go infinite. We do go infinite now with 2 dropkicks if we want to. Infinite's probably the wrong term to use, because most enemies will die within just a handful of dropkicks. I don't think I want this Shrug. Not an unupgraded Shrug. 0 cost attacks actually sounds pretty good. That might simply sit in my hand. X-Pot lets me easily pummel strike kill here, which would let me play bash or uppercut on one of the others. I will do that. Make sure you're weak, just in case we get attacked. We did not. Alright, in that case we'll Metamorphose, getting us a free Searing Blow. And we have our Thunderclap Cleave ready to just obliterate the nerds on this turn. Heck, we'll be real fancy with it and make it a Reaper. We have lethal here. Tiny chest makes every 4th question mark room into a treasure room. Not a particularly good find. Dropkick number 3 is upgraded, and I'm honestly in. Let's do it. Self-forming clay gives us block whenever on the next turn after losing HP. Very cool relic for fighting Heart. And it feels like this run wants us to actually go to Infinite Land here. We're offered the Abacus. Whenever you shuffle the draw pile, gain 6 block. As well as a copy of Dark Embrace, drawing a card whenever a card is exhausted. When combined with one another, we get to do some silly stuff. Some really silly stuff. Looking forward to it. Although, more realistically, I'm betting that we're going to obviate the need for the Abacus by having the limit break. Maybe it's better to just remove a card. Well, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Two 33 is so close. Fuck. Just having 3 strength is so handy. Havoc is kind of cute. Did that ever destroy us? Yes, that could destroy us by removing vulnerable sources. Let's not do that. How many Chosens are in here? Hello? Why are you back already, lady? And I think at this point we don't really want to add any more attacks to this deck. We mostly just want card draw. Should be very little else we need. Card draw and anything that can exhaust stuff. And I want to look at this event. I want a relic, but I don't want a curse. So I'll say no. Let's actually upgrade this. Okay, I was hoping we could upgrade True Grit. With the armaments here. Warcry lets us look at one card, but the... Actually, what we can just do is headbutt the armaments. That makes sense. Let's upgrade all of this. Doot, 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 doot. Perfect. Arma hits both Sentinel and Feel No Pain and True Grit. Good. Pretty good turn. It's 12. GG. Get a ton of cashola. Option for a brutality, a feed, or a juggernaut. Feed fits in pretty nicely here, letting us scale our max HP as a way to survive. Juggernaut could be a fun way to do some more damage. We get lots of different sources of block with the Feel No Pain and Self-Forming Clay and such. Little tricky to get into play. This will be an upgraded feed too, thanks to armaments, so 4 max HP per fight, probably. Brutality is more card draw. Kind of. But with Dark Embrace, so is the feed. And I think with Reaper, we can easily take a Coffee Dripper here. A Barricade lets us take Runic Dome, too, preventing us from seeing enemy events. I tend to think the draw powers to it are more valuable without the Pyramid. Pyramid is frequently going to run into an issue of hand size, that you'll be trying to retain 5 or more cards with the Pyramid for a future turn, and you won't even get your full 5 cards per turn draw, let alone 6 or more. I think the Coffee Dripper is the easiest, definitely not a Stecco-Eye, not without a Corruption here. With a Pyramid, no way, no how. Okay. Finally, we could fight a lot of elites. We can get 4 of them if we want to, and that would be a way to catch up on our relics. Don't get upgrades that way, but what upgrades do we really need? We have armaments, it's fine. Go on the left side then and plan to fight maybe 4 elites? Maybe? Maybe. This is damage and then thorns, right? Or thorns and then healing, rather? Yeah. I'm trying to say. Purity is going to be so good now. Yes. You can start to see where Barricade is going to be relevant in our late game. Now that we have 4 energy, it should be a lot easier to get it into play. I think this deck genuinely gets to do essentially all the things. We've got the right combination of everything. And I just remembered that we have a feed. Oh! Give me that. Okay, now that we have 2 Arma Plus, we just have a fully upgraded deck, essentially. That's hype. Too much money for that. Ooh. My Thunderclap. We have the bash and the uppercut, so it's reasonable to lose this Thunderclap, but it is sad to see it go. Tiny Chest gives me the Courier, making the Merchant restock and 20% cheaper. I'll take a Flash of Steel with my 3 strength, thank you. Whiffed my feed there. Flex very good with Limit Break. We can double our strength repeatedly. This could be a good Kickstarter to it, but I think we have enough kind of different kinds of scaling that we're doing at the moment that we can just keep it as it is. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my Impervious this time. Give me my Hard Straw. Alright, let's gamble now. This has clearly been unsuccessful in finding armaments. Perfect. Could play these Angers. Hold on for them. Hold on till next turn. We're not going to be able to get down to any kind of infinite or even near infinite here before Giant Head is extremely dead. Way more max HP. And there's the missing puzzle piece. A Fiend Fire lets us exhaust our entire hand, dealing damage per card in it. And then, yeah. So we should be able to kill Transient here. As long as I take probably card draw. And I'm willing to use my Fear Potion on turn 1. Let's see if we can get a kill. I think we can. It's Anger, Searing Blow. I was hoping we'd have Dark Embrace in play for that. Dang. Really needed the Embrace in play a bit sooner here. Let's see what we can do. Be a surprising turn. Wow, we're like so close, actually. Alright, well, good fight, Transient. Second Dark Embrace. Even more cards draw. I'm gonna do that. That should solve our problem. Unfortunately, that doesn't stay on the top. I think I'm playing Fiendfire here. Bloodletting Fiendfire, specifically. Aggro today. Pop Flame. Shrug Plus is genuinely tempting. I'm in. Bottled Flame. The Bottled Fiendfire, that's an interesting idea. Actually, I like that quite a bit. Because once I get Feed in my hand, I'll no longer want to play the Fiendfire. And I definitely want to bottle one of these Dark Embraces. Wait a minute. Oh, no, yeah, okay. I thought I skipped the key there for a second. No, we're good. It's the red key. I gotta rest. Recall. So many bottles. So little time. It's 12. My life a bit easier there. So yeah, I don't want to play this Fiendfire anymore now. Can't do that. It's illegal. Okay. We'll get all this health back by waiting for her to summon a dagger again. Take no time at all, right? Oh, totally. There we go. It's only one, but that's plenty. Get her. Eating is for nerds. Money, however, is not for nerds. Money is good stuff. A 6x2 is what, 52? $52. I'll take it. Now the goal is to get back to Hand of Greed somehow without killing this thing. Headbutt's probably the easiest way. Bonus points if I can Arma it somehow. Dubid, thank you so much for the Prime sub and those 2 months of support. Smiley face to you too. Ooh, more money. Offer Golden Idol. Don't forget we have Courier, so we can spend all of this money meaningfully at the final store. Bomb's actually not bad against Nemesis either. Put feet in my hand. It's a bit rude. So what am I looking to do here? To boot value. Don't have Tori, but I do get self-forming clay, so I'm just gonna bash. Make my life a little easier here. +2 already? Let's get rid of that Fiendfire for now. Smells like a dirty trap. Most of the time. Card draw is good. I'll pass on a Brutality. Blood Potion? Unsure. Basically at full health. Better than a regen potion, probably. Gotta be. Alright, last combat for the Awakened one here. Deck is definitely odd. It's kind of ended up as a halfway between of several other decks. But I think we're going to end... it's quite flexible, though, because of its ability to exhaust its own cards. I think that's what we're going to end up doing with it. I'm just going to Fiendfire that. Do I think that there are characters that lose more from swapping the initial relic? Yes, I do, Sick Beats, and I particularly feel that way about Silent, who really likes her Ring of the Snake, drawing 2 cards on turn 1. It's partially because of Silent's larger-than-normal starting deck. She has a 12-card starting deck versus the 10-card starting deck of other characters, and partially also because Silent has a lot of cards that you'd like to draw on turn 1. Zero-cost attacks in particular, like Backstab, Slice, Masterful Stab. These are all much better with a bonus turn 1 draw than they are without. Ironclad also gets hurt quite a bit, losing the Burning Blood, I think. Definitely feel that way about Clad. This looks like it's gonna hurt me. I'm about to draw a card. What if that card is Dropkick? Okay, cleave first. Yes, it is Dropkick. Good. Still not a kill, though. Without the Gambler's Brew. Body Slam's a cool way this deck could do stuff, too. But with the drop kicks, I think we're fine. Keep dying on the elites, even prioritizing attacks. Oof. Don't forget those Piercing Whales. They help a lot against the Act 2 elites, especially. Wait. Recall. There we go. Not the time nor place to lose the Pyramid Ladder. Okay, perfect example of a really good Fiendfire hand. We can even secret weapon... something I don't want, like Searing Blow. Beautiful. The birds in this fight are not minions, which means you can feed on them. Very worth noting there. There's Arma. Don't need both Dark Embraces for this fight. But if any fight can showcase what this deck is capable of, this is the one. Blam. GG. Once we limit break a few times, doesn't matter whether we're infinite or not, because everything in front of us just dies. Two thump, a deep pulsing dread could be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of this blonking? Why, yes, yes it is. Okay, last fire here, last upgrade of the run. Upgrading our bottled Dark Embrace seems like a pretty reasonable choice. A couple others that could be good, but surely this is the best. For everything else, there's armaments. Or apparently this Apotheosis. We have 895 gold and the Courier here, by the way. There's a lot of ways to make this a lot better. If we want to go infinite, we would duplicate maybe True Grit. If we just want to win, we would maybe duplicate Limit Break with the Dolly's Mirror here. We should definitely remove a card. I think Cleave is the best removal. We'll have no trouble against Spire Spear and Spire Shield regardless. Impervious is a pretty good duplication too. All good options. I think my personal preference is going to be the dupe Limit Break here. That sounds fun. Paper Frog for sure. Enemies that are vulnerable take more damage. Whenever we exhaust a card, do AoE damage, says Charon's Ashes. I'm down for that too. Bag of prep for more cards on turn 1. Yes, please. This is some good relics. Wow. Another Sentinel is actually very reasonable too. Let's add that as well. Alright, I'd say we're in good shape here. We've got a ferry to bring to the heart as well. Beautiful. And a Dark Shackles to boot? Easy. Easy, easy. Okay, we're gonna do some stuff here. Actually, are we though? Nah, stuff is cancelled. Never mind. Now we can do stuff. Stuff being block for one turn. Strength, though. How dare you? And this might have to be a Fiendfire turn. Cactuiars, thank you so much for the Prime sub and the 6 months of greatly appreciated support. Heck yeah. Heck yay. Oh yeah, that's definitely a Fiendfire turn. And actually, we're now infinite because I just did that. No, wait. Excuse me, there's more stuff in the discard pile. Never mind. We're not infinite, but we are finite. And winning, which is perhaps more important. Boot thingy gives us Blanc on turn 3, super helpful here. Blood pot better than fire pot. Onwards! To our dear friend, the heart. More than happy to take Beat of Death damage here. We gain block next turn every time we do, after all. Play Anchor? Yeah. We just play all the cards here. My, Mr. Hart, what big attack values you have. That'll reduce next turn to 0 damage. This turn's a bit of a different story. I don't need this Reaper. I'm just gonna delete this hand now. It's 59 times 7, a full damage cap easily. Draws 10 cards, and refunds 6 energy. Pretty good. Oh, and we're not done being refunded either. .96 strength. How about 192? GG. GG, everyone. Hey everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Did you know that I'm live 5 days a week on Twitch? Come join us to watch me live, ask questions, or chill with the community. Click the link in the description below to follow and be notified when I'm live. And while you're down there, make like a sandwich and sub to this channel for more fresh Baylor content. Ta-ta for now.